Hi-ho, folks, and welcome back to the adventures of Turwinkle, the Gnome Mage. Well, hi, Turwinkle.
Hi there.
Are you all set for tonight?
Indubitably.
Well, great, because tonight we're going to be talking with the Scions of Draenor. And so we are going to head over to Emerald Dream and put on our warlock costume, and we are going to hop over to Exodar and find and talk with, again, the Scions of Draenor. So let us go and do that. Alrighty, folks, we've found them. The Scions of Draenor. They're right down here by Oros, and it just is a wonderful... If you've not been to Exodar, folks, do come down here and take a look. It is a wonderful zone and a great city. Sometimes I think folks get too trapped in Stormwind and Orgrimmar and don't take the opportunity to visit some of these other zones and other cities, and really Exodar is just a beautiful zone. With that said, we have again the Scions of Draenor here, and right in the front here is Arcturus, the Grand Anchorite of the Scions of Draenor. He's Arcturus the Patient, a level 90 Draenei priest. Hello, sir.
Hello.
It is a pleasure to meet you folks, and I am excited to learn everything there is to know about the Scions of Draenor tonight.
We're glad you found us.
You bet. And so I see you've brought a few folks with you. Who do we have here tonight?
Well, I'll start with Praven here on my left. He is a High Elder. Essentially, he's pretty much my second in command. He does a lot of the things that I would do when I'm not around, which as of late can be quite a bit. He does a lot of recruiting, a lot of the events, and he is a level 90 paladin. He's my guy, essentially.
Okay, and it says currently he's concerned, but overall in a good mood. What are you concerned about, Praven?
To be honest, general Horde Alliance politics. The siege has caused a lot of distress for everyone, so kind of just trying to mellow out, trying to calm everything down.
Okay, excellent. Alrighty, sir. Who do we have next?
On the far right is Atravenicus. A lot of times we just call him Atra for short. He is our warrior. He's very stout and hardy. He sure can take a beating when he needs to.
Okay. And currently a sense of infinite weariness seems to hang around him. Are you asked to do quite a bit?
That's right. Yeah, he's been through a lot. As a Draenei, they live quite a long time. He's been around for around 25,000 years, and as Draenei, they've gone through slaughters by orcs and the Burning Legion, jumped from world to world. He's definitely lost a lot, and the one that stands out in particular to him is his daughter. And the loss of his daughter pretty much is like the central focus of his life right now. So that just like he just can't get past that, and everything he goes about doing is he doesn't have a purpose in life right now.
Okay, well, that's a very somber RP, but great story nonetheless. Alrighty, sir, and next?
On the far left we have Faralos. She is our medic, essentially. She's responsible for making sure that on the battlefield that everybody's taken care of. Yeah, I try and do my best myself, but she's very fast.
Okay, and it says she's an acupressure master. What does that mean?
Yeah, it means, well, it's basically a title for an acupuncturist. It's sort of a medical profession.
Okay,
basically,
the one with needles and whatnot, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Well, that's great.
That's
That is definitely I have not run across that in the game so far, and that is wonderful that you use that as a way for healing. It's kind of a different way to go about that, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Me personally, I've had some experience in acupuncture sessions before, so it definitely is a really unique healing process.
All right, excellent. And so, last but certainly not least, sir, who do we have?
On my very next right is Shalin. She is a shaman. She's level 42, and she's one of our newest recruits, and we are happy to have her. She's definitely putting in the time and taking the time out of going through her experiences and learning new things to come and hang out with us, and just all around be part of our guild altogether.
Well, excellent. And so it's Shalyn, the neophyte of the Scions of Draenor, is a level 42 Draenei shaman. Well, welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
You bet. Alrighty, folks. Well, when we come back, we are going to start talking about the Scions of Draenor and finding out what this guild is all about. So we'll be right back. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And so, Arcturus, how did you come up with the name the Scions of Draenor?
Well, Scion by definition, there's a couple of different ones, and one of them meaning that they are descendant of a notable family or a noble family, like a son or a daughter. Essentially, the way I see it is, we are descendants of Draenor. We came from Draenor to Azeroth, and we want to represent that group of people.
Oh, okay. And so, how did you find the word Scion? Was that like in a book, or were you just kind of scrolling through different names? How did that come about?
Well, I started with the word descendants, and then I went to Google, which gives us all the answers in life.
Sure, you bet.
So.
So what kind of guild is the Scions of Draenor? Are you guys a heavy RP guild, medium, light?
Well, I've never really defined RP in those terms. I know a lot of people do. We definitely are a role-playing guild. We do, when we're at role-playing events, we're in character, we're talking oftentimes, when I know, when I don't want other races or other people to hear what I might say, I'll switch to, speaking in the Draenei tongue, just so that I might, make a comment, to Praven or something. And at the same time, we're not in character at all times. And I know there's a lot of guilds out there that do that, where they're constantly role-playing 24/7.
Oh, sure. So do you guys do PvP or PvE, that sort of thing as well?
On our own right now, we do PvE, we do PvP. We haven't done much in the way of world PvP and stuff. And I think right now we're more focused on the role-playing and just growing as a guild.
Oh, okay. Well, I know here on Emerald Dream, that's something that you are constantly have to be aware of, is kind of the world PvP. Is that correct?
Well, yes, I've been part of some of the largest battles ever, I think. And anytime you step out of a major city, you have to be careful simply because of the guild tag you have floating above your head.
Sure, sure. So excellent. So folks, when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the RP history to the Scions of Draenor, find out a little bit of their backstory. So we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks, and we are back to learn about a little bit about the Scions of Draenor's history. And so, Arcturus, what is the storyline with the Scions of Draenor? What are they about?
Well, our main story and how I started this guild has to do with the Prophet Velen, who is the leader of the Draenei. I would probably say everywhere, really. But the thing with the Prophet Velen is he has visions, and he has a lot of them. And most of the time, he doesn't really pay much attention to them unless something specific draws his attention. And an example would be one of the things he prophesied about was the coming of Deathwing. And he didn't really say anything to anybody about it because to him it didn't seem like he just can't go around and cause alarm about everything that he sees. But then again, you know, we had the whole cataclysm and everything that happened with that. And then where we come in, it has to do with what I know already, you know, outside the game that's going to be coming. And essentially what happened was he had a prophecy about Draenor and people he knew to be there that are either now since dead, or he sees Draenor not as it is today, but how it was, you know, 35, 40 years ago. And he's seen people there that he knows, like I said, to be dead or that shouldn't be there. So he raised alarm. So me, as a student of his, he essentially charged me with the mission of bringing together a force, if you will, or not necessarily an army, but just a group of people to defend the Draenei people.
Oh, okay, excellent. And so, basically, you are gathering up folks to get ready for the next expansion, and so kind of starting the storyline here, and that's really going to take off with the next expansion. Is that correct?
Yes, it will.
Oh, great. So, folks, when we come back, we're going to talk about how you get in to the Scions of Draenor. And so we will be right back with that. All right, and we are back. And so we'll be asking these next set of questions to Praven, and those questions are concerning how does one get into the Scions of Draenor. And so first of all, is there any age restrictions, Praven, to getting into the guild?
Absolutely not. Just we ask you to be at least somewhat mature.
Okay, and that seems to be a common theme with most guilds. You know, you either got to be of a certain age or at least a certain maturity, because again, you don't want people that are going to be just not playing nice, as it were, within the guild. So excellent. And is there any race restrictions?
Of course, being a Draenei-only guild, you must be a Draenei.
Okay, so you guys only take Draenei, so excellent. Now, is there any class restrictions?
None whatsoever, as long as you don't have some far off in character class like, you know, Eridar Lord or the Burning Legion or something like that.
Yeah, that wouldn't really fit, would it? Okay, excellent. And so, who would I talk to? Let's say I have a brand new Draenei and love what you guys are doing and want to join you. So who do I talk to get into the guild?
Well, you can talk to myself or Arcturus or any one in the guild above the rank of Scion, which will include Scion, Elder, High Elder, Exarch, or Grand Anchorite.
Okay. And I'm sure if I talk to anybody else in the guild, they could direct me to one of you folks. And so, do you folks have a website that I could check out?
We do. It's through Guild Launch. It's scionsofdraenor.guildlaunch.com.
Okay, and so do you have like your guild rules and whatnot typed up there?
Yeah, we have the majority of our information. It's always a work in progress, as all websites are. We try to put up as much information as we can. A few screenshots, a few stories, updates, and
Sure.
then most of the normal website stuff.
Sure. And so, when I get in touch with you, what kind of questions do you ask? Do you only accept experienced RPers, or can I be new to RP?
You can be as new as you want. All I do personally, everyone's recruitment is a little bit different. We don't have a strict set of rules on how one should recruit. But as long as you know that you are joining an RP guild of some sort, and you are a Draenei, there's no real problem. Me personally, I have an optional in-character interview. I believe Arcturus is the same, but that's completely optional, and it's up to the person themselves.
Oh, excellent. And so, folks, when we come back, we're going to talk about, now that we've made it into the guild, what we can expect. So we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And so, Arcturus, I have passed the interview process. I am in the guild now. And so, what kind of guild rules do I have to follow now that I'm in the guild?
Well, we do follow what I would say is a pretty normal set of rules as far as role-playing guilds go. Don't be causing like a lot of drama. Just play the game and have fun. That's why we're here. A specific rule we have really is for our guild chat that we use for in character. And Praven wants to go ahead and explain what that's all about. That's cool with me.
Okay, Praven. So you have an in-guild chat channel, and you can only be in character when using that channel. Is that correct?
Well, for the majority of the time, yes. It's in character. It's meant to be in character. However, there's a relatively important or urgent message that needs to get across. Guild chat by default is bright green, so the probability of someone seeing that is pretty high. We do have a our character channel that anyone can join, whether you're in the guild or not, and that's kind of just for fun, goofing off, socializing.
Sure. And so, Arcturus, how many folks do you have in the guild at the moment?
We have 64 players with 53 accounts.
All right, and so you do allow alts in the guild, is that correct?
Yes, we do. I would say a lot of our roster is alts. I myself created this guild starting off with an alt, with a friend who is also an alt. But we do have people who, play with us on their mains.
Okay, excellent. And so, folks, when we come back, we're going to find out about the rank structure of the guild and how you get promoted within the guild. So we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And so, Arcturus, now that I've made it in the guild, where would I be placed as far as ranks are concerned?
You, sir, would be what we call a neophyte. And essentially it's like a recruit rank. Basically, you're new to us.
Okay. And so, how long does one stay a neophyte?
I usually kind of based off of a couple weeks. If I see that you're playing a lot, and one of the I guess it's another rule that I have is that you join our website.
Okay. And so, what would be the next level?
Our next level rank would be Protector, and essentially what that means is you're someone who has proven that you're dedicated to you know, being a part of us and, you know, are willing to defend us. Essentially, you know, you're like a foot soldier. You know, you fight for us.
Okay. Excellent. And so where would you go from there?
From there would be Scion, like Faralos here. And it's for that. It's pretty much it's just the next level of somebody who's showing dedication, and it's kind of like a top tier soldier, I would say.
Alrighty. And how do you get promoted to the Scion level?
Again, it's kind of you know, my personal choice. Sometimes, you know, I'll let Praven know. I says, hey, you know, I promoted this person to Scion, just for one, just so he knows, and it gives him a chance to object if he wanted to.
Alrighty. And so from Scion, you go to what level?
From there, it's an elder, which would be like the lowest of an officer rank. Not necessarily that you know, you have a lot of responsibility or control, but you would be somebody who, if your voice you would account for something. I'm not saying that, you know, lower ranks don't, but you know, if you were an elder and you said, hey, I think this should happen this way, or we should do this, it would be taken on a more serious consideration.
Sure. Excellent. And so go ahead and round out the rest of the ranks here for us.
Okay. Then we have High Elder, like Praven, which essentially is my main officer corps. It's more of like a council of sorts. It gives me just perspective. I mean, I've been in guilds that, you know, where I'm the guild leader and this is what's going to happen, and that's not how I want things to go. So when it gets big enough, you know, they will be like the voice of our guild.
Okay. Excellent. And then I imagine you are at the top of that rank tree, and so what rank is that?
I am Grand Anchorite, and that title came to me. I actually took it. There's one other Grand Anchorite that I know of, who's also a Draenei, and he's an NPC in Shattrath, and he speaks to Adal, and basically, you know, Adal shares with him his wisdom, and you know, he spreads that word on to whoever else is you know, around to listen, you know, and that's an event that actually happens in you know, in Shattrath, in the main chamber there. And I was watching it one day, and you know, that's kind of how I see myself, you know, as I share in the wisdom of the Prophet Velen, and then I try and spread that wisdom onto everybody else.
Oh, excellent. All right, folks, when we come back, we're going to learn about any guild events in their guild, if they have any guild meetings, that sort of thing. And we'll also talk a little bit about where their current storyline has them at the moment. So we'll be right back with that. All right, folks, and we are back. And so, Praven, do you folks do any guild events?
We try to get a few here and every now and then. I mean, I personally lead a lore night maybe about once a month, once every other month. And just, you know, a chance for everyone in the Alliance to get together, and I get to, you know, do a little speech, lecture kind of thing in character about the history of the Draenei, and a little in-character questionnaire, so, you know, the humans and the Worgen and everyone else can be, you know, a little bigoted in their answers, and we get some fun RP with it, you know, call me a space goat or something, you know, some big giant blue monster.
Okay.
And then we'll have an odd character portion where they can just ask any other random questions about Draenei lore. Is Elune, the Draenei priestess, really a Naru? Which any Draenei would say yes, but I mean that's something Blizzard has out there that's debatable. So that's something I kind of try to lead. And then we try to have guild meetings not too often. They can go on. They can go on forever if they need me. But there's something important that does come up. We will, of course, have a meeting and have a little get together and talk about a few things.
Okay, and going back to Draenei lore, I imagine you're looking forward to the next expansion where we'll probably learn a little bit more about that. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, we are all looking forward to it. I believe everyone actually that plays WoW right now is looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to just the revamp zones, seeing the Draenei in their not to say their prime, but recent history prime, and actually get to know a lot more about them.
Which is nice for you, because again, us gnomes have been yet again snubbed as far as having a home, any lore, or having any gnome in any cinematic whatsoever. So good for the Draenei, and again, boo for the for the gnomes. Excellent. So
perhaps like the Cubs fans say, perhaps it's always next year.
You bet. So, folks, when we come back, we're going to go through one of my favorite parts of the guild interview. Is we're going to talk to the folks here today and find out what they enjoy about being in the Scions of Draenor. And so we'll be right back with that. Alright folks, one of my favorite parts of the guild interviews is talking with the individual members about what they enjoy about being in their prospective guilds. Because again, there are hundreds of guilds. If you hit that guild search button, there are literally hundreds of guilds that you could join in a particular server. And so we have Shalyn here, the neophyte of the Scions of Draenor, again a level 42 Draenei shaman. And so, Shalyn, what do you enjoy about being in the Scions of Draenor?
For me, it's mostly just being able to learn a different aspect of lore in the game. I'm pretty focused on Night Elf lore, or at least I have been up until this point. And so being able to explore the Draenei lore is just, it's opened up a whole new avenue for me, and it's been fun so far. There's not too terribly much out there to read on on lore for Draenei, which has made it, I guess, easy.
Sure.
But I'm looking forward to the next expansion, and it's also been fun, playing with the people in this guild because Praven, he is on Horde, and I was familiar with his name and didn't actually meet him until I joined the guild. And so there's the fun aspect of playing with new people and all that stuff.
Well, excellent answer, ma'am. Thank you very much. Alrighty, folks, next we have somebody that just arrived. And so, Arcturus, if you would like to introduce this gentleman here, sir.
Yes, this is Velosin. He's one of our shaman. No doubt learned the ways from Nobundu. He is a neophyte, and he's one of our newer recruits.
Oh, excellent. And so Farseer Velosin, neophyte of the Scions of Draenor. He's Velosin, the Light of Dawn, a level 90 Draenei shaman. Well, excellent. I'm glad you were able to make it, sir. And so, sir, what do you enjoy about being in this guild, the Scions of Draenor?
Well, sir, I would say first off that its uniqueness stands out more than any other guild I've been in. It takes a special type of person, I believe, to even play Draenei from the get-go. I've played dwarf, undead, night elf. I've played a lot, and I've played with that type of group of people, like Battlehammer or the guilds on different servers that were all that race guild. And it was fun, but it didn't really click until I read the Draenei lore and I started understanding it myself, and then I started enjoying it. And I was like, yeah, I gotta try out a Draenei guild. And so this is actually my first impression, and it's a good one.
Oh, excellent answer. Thank you very much, sir. Alrighty, folks. Up next is Exart Praven. He's the High Elder of the Scions of Draenor. Again, he's Praven, the champion of the Frozen Wastes, a level 90 Draenei paladin. And so, sir, what do you enjoy about not only being in, but helping to lead the Scions of Draenor?
Well, being in it definitely gives me a whole new outlook on the game. I was a primarily Horde player before this guild, and still sort of am. To be honest, Draenei is really the only alliance race I can get behind and really enjoy for some odd reason, but I mean, I love it, so I'm really enjoying the guild. I'm loving the RP, loving the ideas we've been having, and really hoping to go forward with that. As for leading, I just enjoy helping out wherever I can, regardless of what guild I'm in. I always try to help where I can, and regardless of position either. If I was still a neophyte, I'd still be doing what I can to help everyone out.
Well, excellent answer, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alrighty, folks. Up next, we have Pharrellus, again the acupressure master, nicknamed Farah of Aldor, a scion of the Scions of Draenor, is a level 90 Draenei monk. And so, sir, what do you enjoy about being in the Scions of Draenor?
Yes, Scions of Draenor, yeah, it's just small, but we do all we can to assist our new members and doing everything we can to get our name out there, as well as aiding any of our allies that we have.
Okay, well that is an excellent answer, sir. Thank you very much. Alrighty, folks. And last but certainly not least, we have the Grand Anchorite of the Scions of Draenor. And again, that's Arcturus the Patient, level 90 Draenei Priest. And so, sir, what do you enjoy about leading this guild?
Well, the main thing I enjoy about leading is it kind of well, first let me just say I don't take my position as like I'm the leader and this is how things are going to go. I have been generals or officers, second in commands in some other large role-playing guilds, and I guess when I was in those positions, sometimes you could feel like that, your opinions, not necessarily that you don't get your own way, but it's like, you try and do things and things get ignored, and it can be frustrating. So initially when I started this guild, this was kind of my next step, was to, if I will start a guild and just kind of form it and shape it in a way that I think that a guild should be run. So there's a lot of freedom there, but again, in no way do I am I like a dictator or something that nobody's else's opinion matter, because I know what that's like. And I enjoy just working with new people, getting viewpoints from people that I may have not otherwise met. And this guild in particular, being a Draenei and learning the lore and just putting, because Draenei, I mean, other than the Burning Crusade, we haven't really had much of a big impact. And so with the new expansion coming, and just I don't know, I feel like we have an opportunity to make that big impact in the game, and just exploring all these new things.
Okay, well, excellent answer, sir. And so, folks, when we come back, we're going to find out if we missed anything during the interview here and give Arcturus a chance to add anything that we might have missed. So we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And so this is the point where we allow the guild to add something that we might have missed. And so, Praven, go ahead and fill the folks in on what we were talking about between takes.
Well, I mean, here in World of Warcraft, not many people like Draenei, and it's one of the more underappreciated races, especially on RP servers, I feel, because it's just something that people aren't into aesthetically or lore-wise. And so I really say is give Draenei a try. Read a wiki or a page on them, do a little history. Give them a try, level 1 to maybe 10, join the guild, see how you like it. The guild itself, it's very broad. It's not a very narrow RP like many other guilds are, mainly because we don't have the number of people, the number of RPers to do it. So give it a Draenei a try. Maybe you'll like it. And if you don't like it, then well, you should give something. Just give it a try. Something new.
Well, exactly, and I think one of the interesting aspects in regards to roleplay when it comes to the Draenor is, again, there's not a whole lot of lore out there on the Draenei yet, and we may find out, as mentioned, more about that in the coming expansion. But you do have a sense of freedom a little bit with that when you don't have that lore to kind of confine you in or box you in. So it'd be an excellent way to kind of expand your RP, as it were, and maybe come up with something that's a little different as far as your storyline goes. So an excellent opportunity there as well. And I think for anyone that is starting a Draenei, this is an awesome guild and an awesome way to learn more about the Draenei by joining a guild like this, the Scions of Draenor. And I think you guys are just doing a fantastic job, and it has been just really interesting talking with you folks, and I'm looking forward to learning more about the Draenei in the future. So excellent job to you guys. And so, folks, when we come back, Turwinkle is going to give his farewell to this wonderful guild, the Scions of Draenor. So we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks, well, it has been a wonderful night tonight and getting to know about the Scions of Draenor. So I want to thank each and every one of you for your patience here with all of Turwinkle's pestering questions tonight, and you guys have been just wonderful. So thank you so much for filling us all in on the Scions of Draenor.
May your blessings be many.
Alrighty, folks. Well, with that, we are going to hearth back to the Chillwind camp. So we will see you folks when we get there. Alrighty, folks. Well, we made it safe and sound back here to the Chillwind camp. And so, Turwinkle, boy, what a great night, wasn't it?
Sure.
You bet. We had a lot of fun learning all about the Scions of Draenor. And again, folks, if you are interested at all in making a Draenei and learning about their lore, again, do that and then join this wonderful guild, because they really cover the bases when it comes to the lore of the Draenei. And so let's give them a nice thank you for spending the time with us tonight, Turwinkle.
I am in your debt.
We certainly are. So thank you very much, folks. Well, folks, if you liked this episode, click that like button. If you would like to comment, do so below. Let us know what you liked and what you didn't. And finally, if you'd like to subscribe, well, we would love to have you. Hit that subscription button tonight. Well, Turwinkle, excellent job as always, sir. And so, Turwinkle, I guess we will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Turwinkle. Bye-bye.